Merry Christmas! I hope everyone enjoyed spending time with family and friends. This Christmas, I got a few cool gifts that I'd like to share with everyone that is relevant to this channel and the work that we're doing here. First up, I got some PC upgrades. I got a brand new PC monitor. The old monitor that I have been using is actually an old TV that is over 10 years old. The quality on the screen is not as great, and so upgrading to this, which has higher dynamic range, higher color bit depth, and is going to be a little bit better in terms of its resolution and just overall color in general, is going to give me a much greater ability to do color grading and materials and textures on 3D models. I'll still keep the old one around though as a secondary monitor, as this is something that I've never had. Next up, I got a UPS. This is something that I've been talking about on my channel for a little bit of time now. UPS stands for uninterrupted power supply. Basically what it means is this is a battery powered power unit that goes in between a computer and a wall outlet. Unlike laptops, PCs don't have batteries in them, and so if your power goes out, your PC shuts off. I learned this the hard way over the summer when my power went out while I was doing a big data transfer, and it ended up formatting one drive and corrupting the other, and I lost a ton of progress on the Shadows of the Empire fan film project. I was able to recover a majority of the assets, like 3D models, audio files from the voice actors, and stuff like that. However, I did end up losing quite a few project files, and a lot of work had to be redone. This right here will prevent something like that from ever happening again. And though it may seem like a small thing, I also got a very long Ethernet cable. My house doesn't have any Ethernet run through it, and my router here in the living room is pretty far away from my office, and so I get really bad Wi-Fi in there. And so when I've tried to do live streams in the past, many of you have probably noted, I end up cutting out quite a bit. The audio quality is very compressed, and that's just not good for live streaming or content creation on this channel. It also means download speeds are slower, upload speeds are slower. All around not good. So this cable right here plugged into my modem will actually be able to get me much better internet right away. The next major PC upgrade that I need to make is a GPU upgrade. I've been using the same GPU for several years now, and even then when I got it, it was a bit behind what is potentially available, and so my next big thing is to upgrade that GPU. The only way to do that though is of course spend a lot of money. GPUs aren't cheap, and so thankfully my family treated me well with some cash this year, and in addition to that, I've gotten a lot of overtime pay this holiday season, and couple that with a lot of the investments that our patrons have made on Patreon, and I actually will be able to afford a pretty big GPU upgrade here in the next couple weeks. So stay tuned for a future update where that comes in, and I'll show myself putting it into the PC. A GPU upgrade will go a long way towards helping me to render things faster and at a higher quality. One of the major bottlenecks I've had on the Shadows of the Empire fan film project is that the metahumans in Unreal Engine constantly crash. I chose to go with metahumans as my main format for making characters for this project, the main reason being they have the best mesh, the highest textures, and a built-in system for great facial and body performance capture. It also helps that those tools are free, and you can take 3D models that already exist and adapt them into metahumans fairly easily. The only problem is that if you have them in your scene, those high polygon meshes and those high resolution textures will inevitably crash your system. And so having a GPU that can run Unreal Engine and specifically run metahumans on it will go a long way towards accelerating my ability to make this project. And just a couple more quick things that I think you all might find are cool. My family got me this Heritage Pack for Star Wars on Switch. This game has Jedi Knight, Jedi Academy, Jedi Knight 2, Jedi Outcast, The Force Unleashed, Knights of the Old Republic 1 and 2, Republic Commando, and Star Wars Racer. All 7 of these games are absolute bangers from the past. Even though many of them are available as digital downloads on Switch, I love having physical media of things. I do already have Jedi Knight, Jedi Academy, and Jedi Knight 2, Jedi Outcast on Switch as their own separate card, but having them all in one spot will be very convenient for the future. The only thing that could make this better is if Nintendo got their act together and put Shadows of the Empire available on anything other than just Nintendo 64. and a couple of other things that my family got me that aren't exactly Star Wars, but I figured many of you would also appreciate. They got me this hardcover edition of the Letters of J.R.R. Tolkien. It is way bigger than I thought it was going to be, but this has a lot of awesome information in it that is... I've seen quotes from this book so many times and how relevant it is to the Tolkien lore and legendarium. So I'm very excited to dive into this. And lastly, those of you out there who are Rppaverse Comics fans will know that they just recently released The Horseman. Yep, and my family got this for me for Christmas this year. They knew exactly what I wanted. I also did send them a link. But I do really love the Rppaverse Comics, and I would highly recommend them. I'll leave a link into the description, not just to this one, but to their entire library. Highly recommend them. They're a new and emerging independent comic company run by a creator who, unlike Disney, is very appreciative of his fans and honors and respects the lore that he is building. So I'm very excited to read this and dive into it. Be on the lookout for an upcoming video where I put all of the new PC components that I have together and do a 0.5 upgrade, so to speak, before the GPU gets here. And if you want to support future upgrades to PC components or even software components, please become a patron member on Patreon. Your membership on Patreon goes a long way towards investing into essential hardware and software to make projects like Shadows of the Empire and future EU adaptations. And to all the patrons who have supported this channel, all the way from the beginning up into recent members, much appreciated for everything that you all are doing for this channel. That's all the gifts I wanted to share with you this year. Thank you for watching, and may the Force be with you.